Madonna, Cher, Michelle Pfeiffer, Meryl Streep, and Brooke Shields all wanted roles in Working Girl, but none of them got cast, and you'll see why. This is Tess McGill, a 30-year-old secretary from Staten Island working at a Wall Street investment firm. Tess has been taking night classes, working towards her business degree, and pitching ideas to her bosses. But every time she suggests something brilliant, the men in suits either ignore her or steal her idea. After her boss basically attempts to pimp her out, Tess gets transferred to work for Catherine Parker, a successful female executive. Finally, a woman in power who might actually mentor her. Tess gets to work, taking notes, scheduling meetings, and helping Catherine plan the perfect networking parties. A few days later, feeling inspired, she pitches Catherine a brilliant merger idea.
I've been trying to get into the entree program, and this would be a big push. I mean, if anything happens, you remember?
Absolutely, Tess. Two-way street.
And Catherine tells Tess that she'll look into it. After raving about Catherine to her boyfriend, Tess is very hopeful for her future. Meanwhile, while prepping for a ski trip, Catherine tells Tess that she's expecting a proposal from her boyfriend. She also tells Tess that she shared her idea with the higher-ups, and it was unfortunately rejected, but to pick her head up and bring more ideas.
Who makes it happen?
I make it happen.
That's right. Only then do we get what we deserve.
Speaking of people getting what they deserve, while on her ski trip to Europe, Catherine has a little accident and breaks her leg, and she'll be out of the office for weeks recovering. While Catherine is away, she treats Tess as a personal assistant, sending her on errands, including taking care of her home. So Tess makes herself comfortable in Catherine's home, but while going through her boss's files, she finds something that pisses her off. Catherine took Tess's merger idea. She was planning to present it to clients and take full credit.
Two-way street, and you make it happen.
To make things worse, she comes home to find her boyfriend cheating on her with another woman. She decides to make a move of her own. With Catherine stuck in Europe with a broken leg, Tess decides to become Catherine. She takes over Catherine's office and uses Catherine's connections to pitch the merger idea herself. But she doesn't stop there. She basically moves into Catherine's home, wears Catherine's expensive clothes, and decides to give herself a more sophisticated look. At a networking event, Tess hits it off with a man she meets. She introduces herself as an executive working on a merger, but once she spots her co-workers, Tess realized it was time to go. But unfortunately, the muscle relaxer she took to help her with her anxiety kicked in, and the man takes her back to his place to sleep it off. The next morning, after waking up half naked in his bed, if she passed out when he got home, then how was she able to get undressed? So anyways, she sneaks off and returns to work to meet with her client, Jack Trainer. But when she walks into his office, she finds out,
Miss Miguel, I'm Jack Trainer.
But this embarrassing moment doesn't stop her from completing her pitch, impressing them with her knowledge of the market. After the pitch, Jack visits her office and tells her that
Nothing happened.
although his visit nearly blows her cover, Jack and Tess start working together on the deal. No idea she is actually a secretary. Her friend worries that she is going to get caught, but Tess is willing to take that risk.
I'm not going to spend the rest of my life working my ass off and getting nowhere just because I followed rules that I had nothing to do with setting up, okay?
But she soon gets a call from Catherine, who tells her that she will be returning very soon. So Tess hurries to complete her deal with Jack. Finally, the big day comes and they make their pitch. And although the deal is not done, they are one step closer to sealing the deal. So they celebrate by making love. And Tess almost confesses to Jack that she wasn't who he thought she was, until Jack gets a call from his girlfriend. After the call, he explains that he meant to break up with her, but she broke her leg and he didn't want to kick her when she was down. Now realizing that Jack's ex is Catherine, Tess remembers that she'll be back soon and hurries to return things back to order. She gets everything back in its place just in time as Catherine returns. But seeing her email open, she explains to Tess that she still intends to pitch her idea and not to worry, and sends Tess on an errand. But when Tess returns from her errand, she realizes that Jack was also there and quickly runs and hides in an effort to avoid Jack, and accidentally leaves her notebook behind.
Little slut!
But Tess has no time to think about that, as she makes it just in time to the meeting with the clients to finally seal the deal. And just before the meeting, Jack says,
I love you.
Seems like all their hard work is finally paying off, as both parties agreed to the merger. And just when the deal is almost done, Catherine, being the hater that she is, crashes the meeting.
And this woman is my secretary. She rifled through my desk, found my memo outlining a Trask radio acquisition, and has been passing it off as her idea.
It was my idea.
Jack feels betrayed, the clients are confused, and Tess gives up and walks away. When she shows up to the office to pack up her things, she sees Jack, Catherine, and the clients on her way out and decides to confront Catherine. And after hearing her out, Jack takes her side, but Tess has one advantage. In front of the clients, Tess pulls out an article that reveals a potential problem with the deal, and the client, who is no dummy, quickly realizes he made a big mistake.
I go to your office and take a long last look around, because in about 5 minutes, I'm going to see to it that you get the boot.
In the end, Tess and Jack move in together, and Tess finally gets the job that she deserves, not as a secretary, but as a junior executive working on the merger that she created. She gets her own office, her own assistants, and her own career.
I don't expect you to fetch me coffee unless you're getting some for yourself.
Working Girl is a 1998 film directed by Mike Nichols, starring Melanie Griffin, Sigourney Weaver, and Harrison Ford. And what happens when women are forced to compete for scraps in a system designed to keep them fighting each other instead of the men in power. When I first saw this movie as a teenager, I loved the character Tess. But now that I'm watching it with adult eyes, it's giving Destiny Swapper. But to be fair, she didn't start the fight. Catherine did, which is why it is the perfect second feature for this month's theme, Give Me Back My Shit. Because it shows theft isn't just about men stealing from women, it's about a system that creates such few opportunities for women that they steal from each other to survive. The movie surprisingly received 6 Oscar nominations, winning 1 Oscar for Best Original Song. Madonna, Cher, Michelle Pfeiffer, Meryl Streep, and Brooke Shields all wanted roles in Working Girl, but none of them got cast because Melanie Griffin, Sigourney Weaver, Harrison Ford were the perfect trio for this movie. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Abby, and this is Vixen Cinema, where I feature movies with complex female characters. New episode drops every Friday, so please hit like and follow for more. Bye.